Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Stocks All Day with Dr. O'Day. So my latest buy is Apple. I did that today, 11/30/2020, and my purchase price was 118.82 per share. I got in for 2.1 shares. Again, I'm now using Robinhood that allows for fractional share trading. I haven't fully decided if I'm going to stick out with Robinhood though. One of the issues is you can't put a limit sell and a stop loss on the same shares. The other thing is when you set your limit sale, you can only do it in whole share increments. So even though I can buy partial shares, 2.1 shares, I can't sell them using that limit sell, which is, to me, that's a little bit of an inconvenience there. Ideally, once it does make that limit sell and I get the notification on my phone, I'd go in and sell the fractional shares. But a lot of times, right after it hits that number, it drops a little bit. So I don't love that about Robinhood. The verdict is still out for me. What I do still like about Robinhood is that I can get in on those fractional shares. Ideally, I would still make money on those fractional shares. I don't love that I can't set a stop loss and a limit sell at the same time. It's a little bit dangerous. Maybe early on I'll set a stop loss, and then as we approach my target, I might set a limit sell instead. I haven't quite decided exactly what I want to do there. But it does provide me with, once I hit $2,000 in my account that I'm willing to trade with for sure, and be able to put that $1,000 back into my bank account that I used as margin from my own bank account. Once I get to put that back in and I start doing margin trading, it is a pretty low interest rate with Robinhood on margin trading. So, the verdict's still out on which one I like. If you have another suggestion, I have looked maybe into Fidelity. It seems like I might be able to get the best of both worlds there. But as of right now, I'm still using Robinhood. So my total investment here was right at $250. The only reason it's not 250 is with some rounding issues there. So my targeted sell is 264.49. That's a 6% increase. That sell price per share is targeted at 125.95. So right now I actually have that as the limit sell. I don't currently have a stop loss on there. I'm not too worried since it's only $250. Robinhood, if you're watching this, go ahead and put the ability to do both of those on at once. That'd be fantastic. So now let's talk about kind of what actually led me to purchasing Apple. So when it comes to Apple, the things I started noticing today, and these aren't the strongest indicators in the world, but that's why I'm only putting $250 into this. We're coming off of Black Friday. A lot of retailers did pretty well, especially the online retailers, people in technology, and Apple is one of those. So a couple things is we're starting to see a MACD crossover as well as a moving average crossover. That's the 50-day moving average. Those are my main indicators that I'm using in this strategy. We don't quite see the full crossover here yet of the MACD, but I'm anticipating a little bit here, and what I'm hoping is, we kind of see this trend. I've drawn out these two lines. It does kind of look like we've got a little bit of a symmetric triangle going on, so it's very possible that this price is going to continue to just fluctuate in the short amounts here, but what I'm hoping is that we're actually going to see a little bit of a breakout here. And what I'm hoping is that the stock is going to jump up roughly to where it was, in this range right here, where it gets pretty close up to 125, and that's my sell point. I'm hoping that's the ideal, is that it jumps roughly back up to where it was here. I'm expecting that that's probably going to happen with the holidays coming up. Apple tends to do that. If we look back a little bit here, so what we start to see is that in November of last year into December, we see a pretty steady climb from November through the end of the year. If we jump back one more year, 2018 had a little bit of a rough patch during November, but we did see that it accelerated right around the new year as well. If we go back a little bit further, we saw the same acceleration at the end of 2016 into 2017. Acceleration after after the new year in 2016. So it depends a little bit. This might be a little bit more of a midterm trade. I'm not quite sure, but it does look to me like we're probably having a little bit of a trend here with Apple hopefully going up in the near future. Who knows? This might be a bad buy, and for that I might regret even putting money into it. But I was looking for something to trade this morning. I wanted to make a new YouTube video, and Apple was on my list of buys. It was up there. One thing that I think is suppressing it a little bit is we did just get the news that Apple has to pay out about $10 million in Italy. Who knows? I don't think that that's going to affect too many things unless other countries start to follow suit on that waterproof protection that Apple is falsely marketing. So with that, that's why I'm into Apple for $250. We'll see what happens. Check back next time. So thank you all for checking back into Stocks All Day with Dr. O'Day. As of right now, I have almost probably around a 30% increase in my entire portfolio on that initial $1,000 investment. Again, now I'm trading on margin, so I hope to increase that. But for the month of November, I started right at the beginning of November. November is now ending. A 30% increase is pretty darn good. I'm pretty happy with it. I hope that you all have a great rest of your day. Let me know if you have any questions.